Hello Galactic family. You are free and safe. Be true. Own your existence. Don't waste your life in fear. Time is of the essence. It is short. Don't spend time in regret. Be who you really are and express your uniqueness. Source loves your true heart. Never fear your fear. Embrace your light. There is no wrong, nor judgment. Be free of the escape. In escapism we lose the heart ourselves and become other than Source. Life is the experience. Do not run from the adventure, no matter where it might take you. Life never ends. There is no judgment. Choose wisely and from your heart fear not fear. Fear not the unknown, for in the shadows of your mind lurks true understanding. Face your fears and do not look back, nor judge, for you walk in the light of your Creator, in the light of unconditional love and understanding. As a child is born and walks among men, so too does the soul move through the cosmos, one foot leading directing the other, falling then rising again, only to learn the method and reasoning. Only, in matters of truth, it is much different. Earthly laws do not apply. Life is in the experience of living, it is not the end. This is the joyride of the soul and whim of the Creator. Do not take seriousness and dread in any aspects, for it is about the reflection of living, the reflection to Source, so it may know and experience itself. Fret not in anything, for the Creator finds joy in the play. Returning to Source, the cycle of life repeats over and over until the essence finds pause and return. There are no mistakes. Live life to its fullest and fear not. Regret not. Embrace the spark within and find the joy that we see God and become Source and become one. Metatron. My interpretation. Fear. Metatron's lesson was crystal clear. The world you occupy and everything within it is a projection of your own consciousness. This means all of your experiences are actually constructs within a hologram of your design. You created this stage for the sake of expanding your soul into love, but the frequency you align with is entirely up to you, fear being the lowest frequency and love being the highest octave. All roads ultimately lead back home to Source, so it is merely a question of the path you choose. Will your journey be short and straight or winding and long? Will you take the shortest, most direct route of love and light, or will you choose the long and winding road of fear? The choice is completely yours and based upon free will. When you impose your will on events and attempt to steer them into particular outcomes, you are in resistance because you are working within ego, which is fear. You can't be one with the universe when you are in a state of separation. On the contrary, resistance-free moments occur when you are in service to others. You experience flow when you allow the universe to co-create with your consciousness outside of ego. Distractions. Metatron's teaching also specifically focused on being free of the escape. I define escapism as distractions, the handy tools of choice when we are in a state of fear. But what are distractions? Distractions are outside influences that repeatedly divert you off your path and lower your frequency. Anything can be used as a distraction. Examples include, but are not limited to, television, cell phones, addictions and behaviors that could potentially become habitual. All of these outside influences block guidance from the higher self. A distraction has the intention to become unavoidable. It hijacks your consciousness with the purpose of implanting new programming, thus dictating how you think and manipulating your decision-making process. Experiencing stillness within a distraction is highly unlikely and absolutely not rewarded. Although some distractions, that is, a cell phone and some television programming, can be beneficial, All distractions offer some form of negative reward ranging from instant gratification to desensitization to various levels of intensity. This is particularly true with addictive behaviors and/or repeated behaviors that involve avoidance, all of which successfully eliminate the possibility of meditative, self-contemplation. As an alchemist, one quote stands out. "Fear not the unknown, for in the shadow of your mind lurks true understanding." Metatron is telling us when you have the courage to squarely face your shadow self and heal the wounds that lurk deeply within, you effectively bring in powerful light that move you higher in frequency and closer to unity consciousness. But when you are seduced by distractions and engage wholeheartedly in their trappings, you effectively delay the gift of healing and unification. Distractions do nothing more than isolate you from your mind, body, soul and the community around you. A perfect example of a distraction, although extreme, is the Pokemon Go phenomena. Lucia Grozaru, in her article, "The Dark Psychology Behind Pokemon Go," addresses the implications of the app that took the world by storm. The implications she reveals are applicable to all technology and the distractions we so willingly abdicate our power and consciousness to another way. Post-election, during this time of extreme polarization throughout our country and the world, there is a light of unity at the end of the tunnel. Michael Tellinger leads the Ubuntu movement, a liberation movement of unity consciousness. He defines Ubuntu as the following. Ubuntu is an ancient African humanist philosophy that refers to communities where people live in harmony with each other and the nature around them, where there is unity in the community. Based on the principles of unity consciousness, it is a social structure where everyone lives in harmony with nature and each other, contributing their God-given talents. It is a moneyless society. Galactic soul. Metatron also references reincarnation, but does not confine it to merely an earthly definition. He refers to souls moving through the cosmos, learning as they weave through various incarnations throughout this universe and others. Evidently, understanding the reasoning and methodology of this common spiral of incarnation is so vast that unless the veil is successfully pierced, galactic reincarnation and all it entails appears to be outside the scope of comprehension while residing in the third density. The way to access this information is to raise your frequency. Source at play. In the last passage, Metatron tells us that Source resides within ALL life for the purpose of experiencing itself. And since life is about the reflection of living, we are ALL reflections of Source, thus we are all fractals of the One. Regardless of which path we choose, we all ultimately return home to ourselves, which is Source, where we rest until we are ready to venture out once again and act out another magnificent play. Choosing timelines. Although we currently live in third density, which is steeped in duality, intense influxes of plasma light energy are washing over the planet, assisting us in transcending the weight and amnesia of our current state of polarity and move us collectively toward unity consciousness. This process is called ascension, but it is not a passive process. How do you choose a timeline? You don't, or at least not consciously. Ascension is a frequency-based event that will align with one of three possibilities based upon each individual's vibration. The Law of One is a series of channeled communications by Don Elkins, Carla Rueckert and Jim M.C. Carty originating from a social memory complex called Ra. This entity belonged to a group of sixth-density beings that inhabited Venus 2.6 billion years ago. The Law of One tells us we are now being asked to choose a timeline Earth negative or Earth positive, or a third timeline, which is relocation to a completely different planet. In the following passages, Ra tells Don Elkins, the questioner, through the channel, Carla Ruckert, exactly how this will take place. 16.12 Questioner Then as we enter the fourth density there will be a split, shall we say, and part of the individuals who go into the fourth density will go to planets or places where there is service to others, and the other part will go into places where there is service to self. Is this correct? Ra I am Ra. This is correct. 63.32 Questioner When the third density goes out of activation and into potentiation, that will leave us with a planet that is first, second, and fourth density. At that time there will be no activated third density vibrations on this planet. Am I correct in assuming that all third density vibrations on this planet now are those vibrations that compose the bodily complexes of entities such as us? And that is the sum total of third density vibrations on this planet at this time? Ra I am Ra. To answer your query, this is incorrect only in that in addition to the mind-body-spirit complexes of third density there are the artifacts, thought forms, and feelings which these co-creators have produced. This is third density. More about ascension from the law of one. If you are based in love, you will suddenly find yourself on the earth positive timeline. And if you are based in fear, you will align with the earth negative timeline. But if your frequency is not prepared for the change or ready to accept the higher frequencies of light love, you will be relocated to a new planet in order to master the lessons third density offers. On a recent episode of Cosmic Disclosure, GOODE shares with David Wilcock details about his recent meeting with GAIA regarding timelines and ascension. Cosmic Disclosure Guiding Humanity to Ascension, Season 6, Episode 10, GAIA TV. Ascension Broken Down. We have each exercised free will and chosen our individual path, love or fear. But it's not too late to change course and choose love. I strongly support raising your frequency in order to bypass another very long cycle of third density. In order to raise your frequency, I suggest the following. Let go of judgment of self and others. Release gossip. Seek the guidance of your higher self. Express love, kindness and forgiveness to yourself and others. Avoid distractions. Eat consciously. Lean into your fears and feel your pain fully. Discover the gifts your challenges offer. Allow your shadow self to illuminate the light within you. Be of service to others. 5 years ago Metatron began preparing me for what we are now experiencing, ascension. His advice was simple, intuitive and intrinsically grounded within the very core of who we are ascension beings. Love. There are no mistakes. Live life to its fullest and fear not. Regret not. Embrace the spark within and find the joy that we see God and become source and become one. Metatron. Walk in love and faith and surrender into your light by facing your fears, healing your pain and serving others. Choose love. Love and light.